a study, we will double the price of wheat. Even if they double it to 2,000 riyal, still the world price is 3,000 riyals. So he's still, the Saudi farmer, going to subsidize the Saudi government. But it's very difficult. It's extremely difficult now. Am I clear to you? Did I?
Yeah. I mean, one of the key problems is that, tell me, why is there a shortage at the moment of wheat?
There is a shortage of wheat because this pressures on the farmers, it happened for the last 3, 4, 5 years ago, maybe more than that. Last year, according to Silo organization, they have received wheat from Saudi Arabia, 2.2 million tons. Our consumption is 2.7 million tons. So here is there. We have a shortage of 500,000 tons of wheat. Our local consumption is about 2.7, and we have actually received 2.2. So right there is 500,000.
So Saudi hasn't imported that wheat. What's been done about the shortage? Is just prices going up, or?
Well, we have shortage of bread and wheat in Saudi Arabia the last few months. Now they claim, which is true in some way, the price of barley went sky high. The price of wheat was cheaper to the local consumer. The price of wheat was cheaper than the price of barley. So the sheep the people who have their animals, they took the wheat and they gave it to them as an animal feed. Yes, this is one case. Another case of smuggling. There was a lot of smuggling going out of Saudi Arabia, smuggling wheat from Saudi Arabia to the neighboring countries.
But the key problem is they're not paying farmers now. That's why they're not.
It's not the payment. It is a matter of decision that we need to stop. It's the other way around. Farmer pay, but they don't want even to take that payment from the farmer because the Saudi now, they are trying to do as fast as they can, as much as they can, to preserve the water. Water is the issue. Always, whenever you talk about farming in Saudi Arabia, you should keep one thing in your head: the availabilities of water.
But I suppose what I'm so confused about is that the wheat's actually being produced. I mean, okay, 2.2 million is going to grain silos, and there's a shortage of 500,000. But it's not attractive for the farmer to sell to grain silos.
There is a lot of farmers now. They are selling it to the local bakeries for double the price. It's really a headache. Look, it's a crisis. Here you want to implement the policy to stop it for the water. When you want to stop it, then price of wheat went sky high, and all these huge problems. Yeah. It's just timing for the policies. If this policy they implemented it 5 years ago, nobody would raise anything problem with it.
So it's almost like they've made a plan, but there's no interim solution about what to do in the meantime. They've said, right, we won't have wheat, but we don't really have a plan about what we're going to do.
Well, it's like you have a sick man.
Yeah.
You see, you have all your operation. You planned the operation. This guy will come to operate on him next week. And you did all the preparation, everything ready. But when you want to give him the surgery, the guy is very sick. You make the surgery, he will die.
Yeah.
Well, wait, let's see, maybe he could be okay after 1 hour. No, we'll wait until tomorrow. No. We should maybe go back and we just reschedule the whole operation. It's a crisis. I hope I put it in perspective for you when I tell you the sick guy and the surgery. It's really a crisis.
Yeah. Well, I can recall I wasn't actually recording that. I keep turning the tape off.
Sorry.
And then you say something really good. That's the number I got again.
If I recall it, you only have 50 seconds for me.
Yeah, maybe once or twice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry to take so long. I'm just interested in what you've got to say.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So what? It's like you have a patient, and the patient, it took a lot of organization to make a schedule for a surgery, and you put the date on the 25th of the month. We're going to make a surgery for him. 25th come, everybody's ready, but the patient is very sick. You can't just say, well, somebody said we have to delay, somebody have to say reschedule the operation, and this is our problem. the timing now for implementing this is very difficult. But I still think it should be implemented. Saudi Arabia should not scale down the wheat over the next 8 years to the farmer. They should pay them while not growing wheat. Make a decision now and make a plan now. Don't scale down the farmers for the next 8 years. You should say what you want for your growth. Pay them for not growing. We will pay you just so you could scale down.
So what's the logic of scaling down gradually, just to kind of...
Water. Water.
Yeah. But why don't you just do what you're saying and just pay them off now?
It's easy to make that decision while you and I are sitting here in a nice air-conditioning house. But when you have thousands of people in front of you and they're going to pay for that mistake or that good, there is no surgery without blood. Somebody's going to get that blood and a lot of people are going to get hurt. And that's not going to be an easy. That's a very unpopular decision. It's the right decision, but it's an unpopular decision. Even though I will lose money from my own pocket for that decision. And I will be one of the first victims.
I mean, how much wheat do you grow?
I grow about 8,000 to 12,000, it depends on the year. 8,000 to 12,000 tons of wheat.
Are you the largest wheat producer?
No. The largest wheat producers in Saudi Arabia are public companies. They do produce
private one, yeah.
No. Our Rajpi is a private one. I am, let's call it medium, low. My farm is 20 million square meters, which is about 2,000 acres, 2,000 hectares. A lot of people are expecting the U.S. to be our international player. Take them 4 years to go back, 3 years to 4 years to go back to the U.S. and to fix themselves up, clean up themselves, clean their wound, and rebuild themselves up again. It depends on what it is. If McCain is different, but they need to build their powers. When they come back to the international player, the only tools they have in their hand is wheat, and that's the way they will control the world. Is with the wheat. They are 40% of the wheat growers in the world, and wheat is the major weapons for the next decade. The Chinese are using. The Chinese in 1985, they only take 400 grams of meat. Now they use triple that. They use 1,100 grams of meat. And this is, you can see how much the consumption of India and the consumption of China went more than 3 times. People getting richer, so they eat better. Now those people, they need to eat. And the name of the game is the wheat. How much you will give to the world?
But this is quite nice because it's, I mean, the viewers, they want to know that we're in Saudi Arabia. So this kind of setting here is quite nice.
The viewers is 97% of their decision will be based not on what you said, even if it's at zero on the body.
Television's like that. I used to be in radio, and it's quite easy.
55%, just without one word they hear from me. 38% of my tone of the voice, and only 7% of what I said. You remember Reagan? Does anybody know what he said? But he has excellent approving. 97% of his communication is voice and the way he looked. And no one cared what he said.
How's the Moses wheat crisis?
No, wheat just really this year. They have the weather improved a lot. The production will double. But firing people,